approach this a couple of ways, Sarat. There will be suppliers to what we call the metaverse, and a lot of people are using that because they supply other big ideas too, whether it's AI or virtual reality or whatever you want to look at, the cloud. So would you do it that way, or do you just fully embrace metaverse-specific companies?
So I think you do it as to who's going to be important to the infrastructure of the metaverse. You start with that. And a company that comes straight to mind, Nvidia, they make the chips that go into AI, into gaming. They're going to be around for a long time. So when you pick an Nvidia, you're not picking who the winners are. And then you kind of say, okay, if we're going today, we know in the first and second innings, who's actually got a lead on this? Where do we want to be with that? Well, the obvious ones that come to mind are Roblox, which has a definite lead. They've already created their mini metaverse within their community. Then there's Facebook that's spending billions of dollars to create kind of their own metaverse, and they've got Oculus with it. And then you've got the other players that are going to come in, and maybe some of them win, like an Electronic Arts, a Snap, and an Apple. That kind of is playing an option value. So I think if you put some of these together, you kind of create a portfolio approach for the metaverse, because it's evolving, Joe. It's moving really fast. And as more and more players get into it, this walled garden needs to be opened up. And as we get into more reality, into augmented reality, the winners will come out. But you want to be with the key players to start.
So Rohit, you probably understood my question. I'm still not on Facebook. All right, I don't like social media, so I'm not willing to jump all over this metaverse thing. I'm feeling very Luddite-ish about it, but things do happen, and I have to concede it's probably going to be a big deal. But do I embrace it completely and buy metaverse-specific companies at this point, or do I try to approach it like Sarat said, kind of let's do the infrastructure in case it's not quite as big as people here? Because I don't want to play golf on a screen. I like going outside. I like actually, being in, not having an avatar. I like being me.
Again, all good points, and totally agree with the infrastructure and the first derivative plays. You don't need to embrace metaverse as in Facebook straight up just for the sake of how metaverse would evolve over time. I think there are going to be value unlocking in look at various different verticals. Gaming feels like the most natural one, but as the metaverse and as the adoption of virtual reality, augmented reality across the entire ecosystem of app developers, content creators, and monetization partners, across all these three ecosystem constituencies start to develop, I think there will be apps in gaming. We are already seeing that, but also think about education, fitness, maybe commerce, and finally work collaboration and things like that. All these things are probably long-term bets, but you could probably start to see winners or early winners emerge in each of these categories. The most I would call out in the near term, call it 12 to 15 months, is Snap. I think Snap is a leader in augmented reality. I feel that's the one that we should follow more closely, as they'll probably ride the coattails of metaverse.